Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my virtual tour. I'm Brittney Cade, your AmeriCorps Stewardship Assistant for the Nature Conservancy's Nevada chapter. Born and raised in Southside Chicago, I obtained an animal ecology bachelor's degree from Iowa State University in 2017 and recently a conservation biology master's degree from Miami University this past December. I also will be beginning my PhD journey this summer within the Department of Natural Resources with the University of Missouri. I sought these educational outlets as my guide into a field that I was far removed from growing up in the metropolis that is Chicago. As a child, I saw how urbanization left detrimental impacts on the environment and wildlife, so I pledged my life's journey to making sure that all generations that follow have a strong appreciation for the world around them, not only due to how we depend on it, but how all life depends on it. While working on my master's degree, I also held many positions within the field of conservation and restoration, which included wildlife rehabilitation, native plant installation, soil erosion control, integrated pest management, and many more with the National Park Service in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, as well as throughout the Chicagoland areas of Cook and DuPage County. While working these positions for 3 years, I did feel as though I was becoming stagnant within the field, which then led me to filling out an application for a vacancy with the Nature Conservancy.
Which brings us to today, where I now reside in Beatty, Nevada, where I've been brought on for the Armagosa River project that starts here on the beautiful 7J Ranch. I live in the Conservation Innovation Center, also known as the bunkhouse, where researchers and volunteers usually stay when helping on our projects when the pandemic isn't happening. The lovely Armagosa River headwaters start here at 7J's Upper Ponds, where we began our 30,000 tree planting project along the river this past December with the vision of increasing the bird population since climate change and human impact have altered their habitats and way of life in general. Luckily, due to determination, great planning, and pure hard work, we were able to get over 29,000 trees planted in only 2 weeks, which consisted of a combination of coyote and Gushing's willows, cottonwoods, and ash trees. Our crew was made up of myself, my supervisor Lynn Warren, members of Northern Arizona University, and two crews from the American Conservation Experience. I hopped between tree planting, power augering, documenting the process through photos and videos, and making sure that all members stayed on task, which they had no problem in accomplishing. Along with tree planting, I also maintained the upkeep of our boardwalks at Torrance Ranch, while also creating water features like toad ponds for the Armagosa toad that Lynn explains here in greater detail.
Amargosa toad was recently petitioned to be listed as an endangered species. When I mean recently, in the last 20 years, by the Center for Biological Diversity, which is an organization that often petitions species to be listed. As a response, and to avoid them being listed, many of the local people, as well as the Nature Conservancy, got together and started to be toad farmers. And they created toad habitats and dug out toad pools. And it was so successful, and there were so many eggs and toadlets that the species never did have to become put on the endangered species list.
I also create trails, interpretive signs, and benches for recreational purposes at our sites such as Torrance Ranch and Beatty Narrows. Outside of field work, I love to visit the China Ranch for a vegan date smoothie in Tacoma, California, and make friends with our local burros while doing wildlife photography and collecting tree cuttings for our future volunteer events. And now I'll hand it over to my supervisor, the Armagosa River project manager and bird expert, Lynn Warren, to elaborate on the importance of our bird populations. Thank you.